Smooth Contest Organizing, Meng Tze. Good morning again, everyone. Good morning. So for our friends online, good morning as well. Right, thanks a lot. Right, so for organizing, I would like to proceed like this. When you need to start planning for contest, what you do as a contest chairs, and you will have a team of contest officials, who they are, any technical tips, and the importance of contest briefings, contest day, and also what are the resources. When do you need to start planning?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yes, correct. Yes, if you are going to have contest, you are going to be in charge, or if you are the club leader, area leader, division leader, district leader, you know that your contest you need to be held at a certain time. And don't start planning when the date is tomorrow. You need to start planning even if it's 10 months ahead, 5 months ahead, or as soon as possible, you need to start to lock down on schedule. To lock down a schedule is not so simple. It's not just checking your schedule. It also depends on, for example, you have an area contest. You need to confirm with your area council. Maybe everyone is not available, then you have a contest with no one attending. So you need to confirm on the date. It takes time, but lock it down fast, as everyone has schedules to fulfill. And also you need to promote your club, your area or division contest, because this is a lead into the next level contest. So it is very important, your action, as it determines the next level contest as well. And if you are at the, for example, the area contest, you know your club winners or your officials will come from your clubs. Start to pay attention to when the club are having contest, not just send one side and how come they never reply me? You can take the initiative to contact the clubs or attend their club contest or volunteer to help. You will get your answers there. And you are building a ladder, because from club, all your action, starting from club to area, to division, to district contest, it's all correlated. You need to review the contest scripts. There may be updates in the rule book, so don't just take one script and say, this person need me, so I just follow blindly. Go through it and see whether it's relevant according to the latest contest rule. And for example, you copy a script. The script says the area contest is for another area contest. You need to adjust accordingly. And you need to begin recruiting. Who do you have to recruit? Now, if you're in the organizing, it's a long list. It's like an army of people that you need to recruit, but that is a contest. Most important is contestants. Now, you can have the army of chief judge or contest role players and all, but if you have no contestants, there's no contest. So start. Once you have the contest date locked, confirmed, start to confirm your contestants. For example, if you have a club contest, you start to promote your club contest to your club members, encourage your club members to take part, if they are eligible. And if you are in charge of the area contest, you start to contact all your clubs to start their club contest. Pay attention to, because the contestants will come from there. So you need to get your contestants. So it's most important. Then of course, you need to have contest Toastmaster for each contest. So for example, now it's the season of humorous speech and table topics contest. You need to appoint a contest Toastmaster, and especially for a sensitive contest like table topics contest. You need to make sure the contest Toastmasters may not be biased. So you try not to get a contest Toastmaster from the contesting club. So then you'll think, because he did the contest, the topic to the own club member, so to avoid the controversy. Not that you will do that, but you want to avoid controversy, you get someone who is not from the contesting clubs. So you might need some time to find your role player. And you need at least 2 sergeants at once. Yes, please pay attention. Area contests and above are all in-person or physical. So when you have a contest, you need to make sure your contest, you have the main room and you have the breakout room. The breakout room for the table topics contestants or the evaluation contestants. So you need at least 2 sergeants at arms. You need to remind, because some are got used to online contests, you may not get used to the if you are doing online contest, that's only for club level, you have the option to do online. Then you need to have the breakout room, but still need at least 2 sergeant at arms. And of course, you need to have chief judge. The chief judge will be sourcing for his or her private and confidential judges. Ideally, the organizer don't get involved in looking for judges, but there are some chief judges who ask for help. Try to be, sister, it should be the chief judge to find his or her own judges. And of course, you need time. For example, now from this year, the rule book has been changed. The judges cannot be a contestant. So make sure that the contestants who are still contesting don't become judge until your contest is over. If your contest is over, you won't contest anymore. Then this is for each contest type. So if you are, for example, you are already doing a judge for a humorous contest, so you cannot take part in humorous contest anymore. This is starting from this term. This is again to avoid controversy. Sometimes the judge may purposely make sure the good speaker don't go to the next stage. There might be some biasness in accused. So in order to avoid these issues, Toastmasters have changed the rule. Contestants cannot be judged until they are not contesting anymore for that contest type of term. So it takes time to find judges. So that's why you need to lock down your date early. And you can give the chief judge time to find his or her judges. It takes time because you need to find those who are eligible, those who are reliable. It takes time. So don't go and get a chief judge just a few days before the contest. But pity the chief judge. It's not easy to find judges, especially if you are on area contest and above. You need to be physical now. And of course, you need timers. 2 timers. Why 2 timers? Because 1 timer will be to signal the lights, and then the second timer will to record the time in order to focus. It doesn't mean that both cannot take the time. It's just that one to be more focused so that they may not be messy when it comes to the roles. And ballot counters, you need at least 2 for club, area, and division contest. At least 2, so you can get more. But for district contest, you need at least 3. And of course, for any contest, whether online or physical, you need multimedia or slide master. Very important because nowadays we use slides. In those days, I know when we physical, sometimes we don't use slides, we use whiteboard. Doable, you can still use whiteboard, but I'm not sure many knows how to use whiteboard after the pandemic. Don't know how to write even. So it will be good if you can use projector and slide. But if you don't have, you can still go back to the good old ways of writing on the board or paper. And so that's why you need a multimedia or slide master will be ideal, provided of course you have the projector. And for online, of course, we are using slide in order, because it's through slides that we can't hear clearly on the system network. We can at least see the slide. And you have the AV master for an auditorium of a certain size. For example, this room, I think this is considered a sizable venue. You need to have audio visual. You may not realize, but we are using mic, because if we don't use mic, some might not be able to hear clearly. And of course, a large hall, a large room of more than 50 pax, it will be good to have the proper mic and sound system in order to capture clearly. And of course, you need to have the test speaker. Don't forget, for the evaluation contest, you need test speaker. It's PNC, so don't announce it. I know there were some organizer who forgot that the test speaker, PNC, go and write down the list of the role players, including test speaker. So the test speaker cannot do because already reviewed. Okay? So remember, the test speaker, especially possible, don't come from the contestants club because then you will be like familiar with the test meter. So of course you need to do PR. You need to early time make a poster. The organizing chair can make on the own or get someone to help with the poster because you need to promote to the audience. Otherwise, it's difficult to I need to do a contest, but if you have a poster, it will be better for promotion. And if you are in charge of a physical contest, it will be good to have a registration. It will be good to provide food and beverage so you don't leave everyone hungry. So all these preparations are needed for in-person. Of course, you can do away with this for online. And of course, you have the print out of forms. If you are in the area and above contest is physical, you need to print out the forms. Make sure there are enough forms. And other optional, Toastmaster of the Day, it will be good to have Toastmasters Day for at least division contest. Recommended because of the size of the event, and Toastmasters of the Day will greatly help to make the contest move smoothly. But if you don't have, doesn't mean that because this role is not specified in the rule book. It's just good to have it as Toastmasters. And of course, backup role players. In case the role players fail, for example, you get judges. One judge suddenly said, how can you have not enough judges? I know some privately didn't tell anyone, there are actually less judges judging. What happens when there are less judges judging? The result won't be as levelized. It won't be as levelized. You will be less people, the result will be so it will be good to get more role players for timer. If you, for example, the timer suddenly can't come, oh no, how die lah? So you need to, in your mind, for example, some person is coming on another row, perhaps you can double up. So you need to be aware who are coming. It will help. And of course, it will be, if you are online contest for some of the clubs, maybe are still doing online, you can have Zoom Master. You need to have Zoom Master and online registration. Looks like yes, you need time because it's not that you everybody will say yes, right? Perhaps you ask 100%, you can get 20% to say yes, perhaps. So you need to give time and start early, and of course make friends with everyone. You scratch my back, you scratch your face. Every time you never help, then suddenly you ask. Now, of course, you might get more rejection because you have not been going around and help. So it will be good to make good relation and help others. Then you can also say, okay, can you help in my club, my event as well? So contest chair is ideally Toastmasters who have prior experience or at least be guided by an experienced a contest chair who have experience before. And you need to oversee the contest team and work from start to finish. Start to be any time now, and until completion of the event. And after finish, you still have the result that you need to send to the next level contest chair. So again, the roles has been mentioned. Contest Toastmaster, you need to have chief judge, you need to have ballot counters, you need to have timers, you need to have SAA, multimedia, slide master, AV masters, etc. So this one, later the judging will cover, but you as a organizing chair or contest chair, you need to look for chief judge. Please get chief judge who are reliable. Those with proven controversies, in the history of biasness, drama, I think you will not know why is the chief judge person. If you don't know who he or she is, try to ask around. Demand for recognition.
Can I have the list?
You see check.
20 ringgit kind of recognition. Where is it coming from? We are Toastmasters volunteering. When we give is from our own heart. It's not from demand. So she just come need to minimum 20 ringgit for each. Where does this come from? This is not Toastmasters.
First place 500.
How come the winner gets an iPad? I don't get one. Wow. Yes. So those with the history of drama, demand for recognition. There's one example of asking the timer to change the result. Yes, like that. Wow.
Do you have a list?
Really good. when the timer was a very strong person, you ask me to do this, I will report you to Toastmasters. So the person got scared. So didn't manage, but the thing is, this person is strong-willed. You know, the timer refused to adhere, but there could be some who just follow what chief judge said because they think chief judge most important. So be careful, be careful. So chief judge, of course, you need to know a bit what chief judge need to do. Defend the rule book, not bias, and also do the briefing and verify the result, proceed all properly, and not seek for drama or recognitions. Who are
We need to do a DRSC. We need to do a DRSC first. See only the C people, compliance people become judges.
always coming. Okay, and then of course the material needs. You need to know the latest contest rule book. If you don't know, I know the link is very long here. You just go online, Google, just contest rule book Toastmasters. Oh, come on. It's very clear there. And you need to print for all role players or disseminate. If you're doing online, you need to disseminate the form. If you are doing physical contest, you need to make sure you print out. So where to get the documents? There's already the link there. If you are District 102 member, everyone get an email from our Program Quality Director. He already lists down the link. If you can't find or you just look for the email, just go Google contest documentation for each contest. Toastmasters have it there. And you need to provide, for example, contestants, you need to provide the speaker certification of eligibility, each contestant profile, and of course, try to share the rule book as well. Don't assume contestants know it. Because sometimes there are rules that are updated. So for the judging, so for a contest team, you, as a contest organizer, you need to make sure you've got enough documentation for the judges for physical. So you need to have judges guide and ballot, print for each contest, ask the chief judge how many judges, you make sure you got enough. You have the contest rule book, you have the judges certification, and then you have the ballot, and of course one for the hybrid judge for each contest. So make sure that's sufficient. Ballot counters, you need at least 2, and you for all contests up to district you need at least 3. And timers, you must have at least 2 timers, one to focus on signal timing lights, one to record timing. Also, just in case sometimes one of the timers suddenly the timing device kaput halfway through the contest. Then how? Like do the contest again? No, right? Because you got the other timer. That's why you must have 2 timers. And possible both also. As when I chief judge, I actually ask both timers to record the time. Because sometimes you never know. Sometimes the timer didn't realize the timing device had problem. So it can also happen. So of course you need to brief the timer. Don't assume they know. Sometimes the timer are first timer. They never do a club. Sometimes every time before I never do a club. The club level timing role also. I actually asked to change because timer role very important. So you need to type how to do the timing and record time. Of course, confirm the timing device. Don't during the contest type not working. How come not working? So you must make sure timing lights are working before contest. You confirm with the timers, and then also there's timing card. Just in case the timing device first fail, then how? You must have timer cards ready. So, a timing device, you need to be visible to the, not audience, visible to contestant. So, make sure it's visible contestant, not the rest. The contestant must see. For online, yes, it's on gallery, everyone can see, I'm timing. Why we don't want is we don't want to, the rest of audience sometimes might unintentionally give signal to the contestant. Oh, thank you. Or maybe the judges, actually we tell the judges, don't look at the time, just over time, never mind, this one will not pass. So this is human nature, we are human, sometimes we get this temptation. So it will be good to block the timing like if possible for in-person contest, but make sure it's clear to contestant. If contestant can't see clearly, then you need to do something or use the timing card. Okay? And then the timing device needs to be accurate to the 10th of the second. 10th of second means, let's say 1.01 minute. It also shows after that. So if a standard timing device will go that, but I know most of you use the handphone. The handphone also can have that accuracy. So make sure that. And of course, if you use online for club contest, you choose that. You use the Zoom color background from Toastmasters. You don't use just simply take any because the red may not be the real red. Maybe there's a pinkish red or something like that. So, and of course, you need to provide the timer controls sheet. The ballot counters, yes, you need to provide the ballot tally sheet. Make sure it's not enough. Some only print one. It's not enough because we usually have 2 contests and there are 2 ballot counters. So you need to print 4 ballot sheets, for example. So it depends on number of ballot counters and number of contests. And of course, as the organizer, get ready the certificates. You need to print out the certificate in advance. Unless you are very advanced, you bring a printer and print it there. You need to print this certificate in advance. And usually we pass to the chief judge because the chief judge will know the result. Then the chief judge sometimes has the ballot counter to help to write, or sometimes there's a certificate writer, those with very nice handwriting to write it. So with this, get the certificate ready, and also the participant certificate for all participants and the role players. Where to find the document? Again, it's on Toastmasters resource. You don't know where to find, you can Google. It's there, or you can log into your Toastmasters, search for the resource. Yes, briefing and trial run. Briefing is very important. Don't assume everyone knows the rules. That's why in Toastmasters rule book say you must do briefing. Oh yeah, contestant know already lah. No need to brief anymore. You all know already what to do. That's not the way. Okay? You need to brief to make sure they confirm. You contest Toastmaster will brief the contestants, and the contest chair will still need to brief the sergeant at arms and other role players. The chief judge will brief the judges and ballot counters and timer. And if you are doing physical contest, you need to confirm the venue. But if you don't have any audio, at least, for example, can hear or not and can see the timing device or not, you need to allow the contestants time to confirm at the venue. So it will be good. Or if that venue have a like mic, they use a remote mic or something, allow time to check the mic to make sure it's working, battery, backup battery available, so on. And a timing device is important. And you take your AV, Multimedia Master, or the Zoom and the Zoom Master for online contest involved. The Sergeant at Arms, yes. Make sure to start the contest on time. You recruit at least 2 Sergeant at Arms. You need to manage contest attendance. Make sure they don't distract the contest. For example, when the contest begins, if anyone talks, it's pin drop silence. Everyone, it will distract the contest. So the Sergeant at Arms need to pay attention. And also accompany the contestant to breakout room if for table topics or evaluation contest. So for the contest Toastmaster, make sure the contest Toastmaster at the script. Don't assume they know the script. You get the script ready and confirm the script is correct and pass to the contest Toastmaster. The contest is not to showcase contest Toastmasters. Some contest Toastmasters make it like their showcase. Wrong. It's about the contestant. Right? So if you see contest Toastmasters who tend to do that, don't recruit them. It's like show off your say that the contestant become not so. Or go and comment on the contestant. It's wrong because then you disturb the judging. So make sure that, and then the contestants interview, if only got time. It's not a must to do. Sometimes the judging process takes longer time with context. When it takes longer time, then you do the contestant interview to use up the time. And also as contest Toastmaster, need to pronounce the contestant's name. Don't assume, for example, need to confirm the names are pronounced correctly. Otherwise, it's totally different. And it's not nice when your name is being said differently. And also contest Toastmaster, be ready to manage any potential last minute issue. So if you, some contestants are like, this way means this way. If it's off, then it's off. It's not follow the rule. It means sometimes things can happen. Sometimes the device may be not working. So the contest Toastmasters need to manage the situation. So before the contest, you need to contest chair, contest Toastmaster be the point of contact for the contestants. Set eligibility form, profile form, confirm eligibility of contestants. Oh yes, you need to make sure the contestants are eligible. Eligible means their membership is in good standing before the event, and if they are an area, for example, they're going to area contest, is their eligibility still in good standing, continuous from their club to area to division. At no time can they have a break in their membership, and their club also cannot have a break in their good standing. Like sometimes halfway, didn't do enough renewals or minimum 8. Then that time have an area contest, then it's not eligible. So this is need to, as a contest chair, contest Toastmaster, need to make sure that there are ways to check. Of course, there's a contest eligibility checker, but there's sometimes you can check as well, because the area division director, the district, they will have the membership name of the club, good standing list. So it must always, the club must always good standing from club up to the full level. Not halfway suddenly become not good standing. And the chief judge also be the test day, confirm for the judges, ballot counters and timers. So and judging. So the chief judge also need to make sure that judges are good standing as well. We'll cover more because we'll cover later. And before the contest, you make sure the Zoom master, the audio people are involved in the audio or visual check, and inform the contestant to come early, not just 2 o'clock contestant will come arrive, how to do briefing, how to do confirmation of the technicality. So you need to come early, and you need to draw the speaking lot at the briefing. So if you are online, then you can use the randomizer. If you are physical, you have the option to use the voting slip as well. So you draw the speaking order and report to the chief. Usually contest Toastmaster will report to the chief judge so that you can inform the judges, and multimedia master to update in the slides. And of course the chief judge will brief the judges, timers, ballot counters, and contest chair or contest Toastmaster brief the contestant. Protests are only limited to eligibility, originality, or reference to another contestant's speech, and it can only be lodged by voting judges or the contestants to the chief judge or the contest chair. So it must be done before the adjournment of the contest. So guideline, you need to do a script walkthrough with the SAA. What's the SAA supposed to say? You should know your experience. If you can provide the script, or if the SAA have a script, perhaps you can go through, see whether correct or not. Go through with the contest Toastmaster and with possible chief judge. Sometimes, for example, if you have online contest, suddenly one contestant drop out, network issue. So you need to have a agreement how long or to review the flow and the technical introduction and contest. And also you prepare the contest program and data. And at the contest, do early setup. Don't come 2 o'clock contest, 2 o'clock start setup. You won't be ready. You need at least bare minimum 1 hour, sometimes 2. It depends on how the complexity of the contest. So do secure the venue early. If your venue only ready at 2, then you don't do a contest at 2, you contest at least an hour later. You do your audio visual check, get your contestants and related role players come. Start so that you can start on time. As much as don't delay, unless really cannot avoid. Because if you start delaying, then no one will follow your timing anymore. And for online, make sure that there's no chatting during the contest. The Zoom master can turn off all chats. Because once you have checked, the contestant speaking suddenly got messages coming in, or somebody forgot mute, so on and so forth. So for in-person, yes, you don't have mute, but you can, there might be people moving about or making noise, or phone forgot to switch off, or the notification forgot to switch off. It will really disrupt the contest. And also, if you have dignitaries, for example, today we have quite a number, half of you in this room are district officers, so we need to recognize either Ravi or your relator. Ravi is a division director, Anita is area director. Sometimes come halfway, we may not realize because it's so you find out from the registration of those who know in advance. And during the contest, the chief judge will have the result. What does the chief judge do with the result? He will normally inform the contest Toastmaster, and the full result need to be known to the notification to the contest chair. So make sure this is done. Yes, the chief judge maybe forgot to do or didn't do properly. It's still the contest chair's responsibility to make sure it's correctly done. Or you need the chief judge to inform to the multimedia master. Just check with the chief judge that it's done so that you know the result is updated. So if there's a time disqualification, of course, it will only announce the disqualification but not who disqualified. And remember, full result need to be sent. Why? Sometimes the first, second place cannot go, third place also cannot go, then you need to look for fourth, fifth. Then if you don't write the full result, all the documentation is scrapped already. How are you going to find? So you need to make sure all these are done by the end of the contest day, before the chief judge maybe need to look at it, track all the documents. If in case not done, please follow up the chief judge. Not only 1 month later, area contact, ayo, the first, second place cannot go, sometimes third place cannot go. You need to know who is fourth place or fifth place. So, and after contest, yes, make sure it's done. So only after it's sent, the results are sent, then you are free. You're free. Of course, you announce the result, then you are free. So it should be certificates, of course, you need to send to, or if it's online, you at least try to email and all. So that's all for today's small contest organizing. So are there any questions? Because I can't see the chat.
CGD
Oh, CGD question. What kind of contest?
Okay, so I have this experience in the.
You have the microphone.
Sorry. This is based on past experience. So I was asking this question to you as well, since you're the podcast lead for this term. Okay, so you talked about the timing device, right? Okay, how about contestants of two categories who are visually impaired as well as colorblind? So how do we make the adjustments to make it fair for them in terms of timing, to show them the timing as well?
Thank you for good questions. It's about highlighted. So yes, that's why it's important to have confirmation before the contest. Some may be visually impaired, or maybe only realize it when they cannot see the light difference. So for that reason, if they cannot, then you need to use other method that the contestant can see. For example, if you use color card, you write the color name, red, then they can see red, yellow, green. But if they are visually impaired, then perhaps a sound. In this case, you have to use a sound, because if they cannot see, what are the ways that they can get the sound? So maybe 5 minutes, ding, 6 minutes, ding, ding, and 7 minutes, ding, ding, ding. But no overtime. Overtime, no special notification. But you need to be fair to the visually impaired. You need to give any ways that they can tell time difference. So this need to confirm before contest. Sometimes timer don't know so you need to do the practice with the timer. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the response to the question. There's a question from online. This is from Isaac. Can the judge protest if they found out the test speaker is not a paid member or lapse in membership?
Ooh, dang.
What would happen next?
Okay.
Good question.
Okay, alright. Good question. If this is a judge, alright, but okay, this answer. If because judge or contestants can always protest. Sometimes there are some test speakers who have practiced before the evaluation contest. So everyone knows a test speaker. Got such case. If the test speaker P and C, private and confidentially, is compromised. It's already know, either he let everyone know, or he go and practice like this, people know he's a test speaker, or he's not a paid member. That's also not correct. Then you need to raise it immediately to the chief judge. It is possible. It happened before. Contest is need to redo. You need to get another test speaker to do it. Because sometimes the judges don't know, right, until the test speaker is not good standing. Is it proven? If it's already proven, then it is possible for the contest to be but it need to be highlighted fast, not until the contest finished. You need to do it on another day.
Thank you for your response. Another question from Jeffrey. If the test speaker and all backup test speakers do not turn up,
I like that you say.
can the contest chair take on the role of the test speaker?
Wow.
No choice, Lord, just keep on going.
Okay, I think as a contest chair, yes, sometimes your luck. The first one also cannot, second one also cannot. But don't forget, you have at least 80% in the room because of the several roles. Like counters, timers, judges cannot touch us. So try. That's why your promotion is trying to get as many people to come. So there might be some who don't have any role. That would be ideal. If not, sometimes what we do is we have more sergeant at arms. In the past, one of my very good organizing person in May, she's very good. She will get at least 5 or 6 sergeant at arms. Then one cannot. Make sure sergeant at arms also the experienced ones. So anytime cannot, any one of them can take over the role. It is possible, but I think if you know they are not coming, maybe at that time they will show up and the contest will start. And maybe you hold the contest for a while you sort out this issue. I don't know whether there's any case of asking for judges, but because if judges is a bit compromised, they can't do judging if they're doing that. So it will be good to, because you have at least your army of 15 or 20 packs there, be creative. It's possible you can get one of them to take on the role, but try to not be biased, so not from the contestants club. Otherwise it will be controversial. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jeffrey.
My question just now.
Yeah.
The question is, if the contest chair still want to take as the test speaker, cannot?
Ideally not, because you're already talking so much and doing so much, and then you someone talk as a test speaker. I think it's quite difficult for the evaluation contest to be fair, because you are already contacting the contestants a lot. You'll be talking, doing a lot more things, so it's not ideal at all. Because I just wonder why have to be contested. There are 18 people there. There are timers, ballot counters, sergeant at arms, and others. I'm pretty sure the contest chair don't need to take that starring role already do the opening speech and have to run the contest. Really not. It is, although it's not mentioned, but I think for test speaker, usually it's need to focus. If really no choice, then you get perhaps your maybe not timer. Timer need to do timing role. Perhaps ballot counters, if possible, because they are not doing any role until during the ballot counting. My question is, why have to be the contest chair? You have your army of members of Toastmasters who can do the role. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry, sometimes no choice is still a choice.
Don't make that a choice then. Don't make that a choice. You know, there's a full list of work you have to do.
No problem.
Yeah, you have full list of tasks. You see so much things I say, because there's really a lot of roles for the contest chair to do. So,
but by default, by right, contest chair can be test speaker, correct?
no, there's not mentioned contest chair can be test speaker. There's no reason for that. Although it's not specifically saying no, why do you need to do that? Unless the contest chair want to take the limelight, then I can understand. There are some who just want to take the limelight and do it, but it's really, for me, it's wrong.
Not
It's wrong. Okay, noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question from Isaac again. Can contest Toastmaster announce the end of the contest before the ballot is collected? I don't know.
No.
Before the
Okay,
end,
the
before the ballot
end,
is
okay,
collected.
there are two meaning of end of contest. After finish the speech, all the speakers, contestants deliver speech is end of contest, because at that time, then the ballot countings will start. So of course you have end of contest so that the ballot counting can begin. So that is the end of contest. But the whole contest process is only end after the result is announced, and that is adjournment. That is called adjournment of contest. So I do hope they use the word adjournment for the whole process to finish, but end of contest usually is after the last contestant speak. Okay, the final minute, final time of silence until the ballots are contacted, and now is the end of contest because it's the end of contest.
Thank you for that.
So I think the right word to use is adjournment of the contest. That is the whole process completes.
Question from Andy. For joint area contest, which role do you recommend area directors to take?
Oh, okay. For
Chief Judge.
okay, for joint area contest, normally I won't recommend the area director to contest chair role. Why? Because we want to give opportunity for any of the members to take on the role. Then the area director can be the contest advisor. But let's come to the next one to be contest, so much to do. So the area director need to take on the role. So for a joint area contest, what can be done is you have the chair or co-chair, for example. But I don't recommend chief judge because the area director usually will come from one of the contestant club. So although it's not mentioned, they say you can have equal number of judges, really not recommend for the chief judge to come from the area. So if the chief judge position is out, timer role also, if you become timer, your contestant, then they say you purposely extend your time because it's a club contestant. So you don't want to cause that kind of controversy. So area director can be the contest chair, co-contest chair, contest Toastmaster. But I would, if you possible, it's better you take the advisor role so that at least if the contest chair got any issue, you can back up. This is also to guide your, and perhaps they might be the potential next area director. So you can start to develop them from the contest time. This is a very good opportunity to develop your members.
Thank you for the response. A question from the question master. Can judges from Mandarin Tango Club serve as judges for an English club contest?
No problem at all because actually some of the, for example, in English clubs, they are very good in speaking Tamil, they are good in speaking Mandarin. It's just they want to join an English club to improve their English. So there's no issue at all for join. There are some in the Mandarin club are good in English, but they want to improve their Mandarin. That's why they join Mandarin club. So there's nothing that says that they cannot. But as long as they understand the language, if you don't understand the language, then how are you going to judge a contestant? So of course, you can have Tamil or Mandarin club because don't assume they only know the language of the club they join. Many a times they join because they want to improve their language, but they are better in perhaps, for example, they're very good in English, but they want to improve the Tamil, right, for example. So don't assume just because they come from a different language club, they cannot be a judge. They can. It's never mentioned in Toastmasters. They cannot, as long as of course the judge need to understand. So if they totally don't understand the lingo, for example, the judge Tamil contest, they won't be good because actually I don't understand. I only understand the movement and songs and looks.
Another question from the question master, Dr. Sarah. Can a husband and wife be judges if they are from the same club and for their club contest?
Okay, you mean can they? Is if husband contest and the wife be judge? Is that the
Can
question?
husband and wife be judges?
Or you mean both of them judges?
Both of them be judges.
No issue at all for
Same
both.
clubs for the club contest.
Same club for their club contest.
Husband and wife, can they be judges? Club contest.
Can they be judges? There's no issue. But I have seen a case before. Wife contesting, husband is a judge. I know because I've been a judging judge. Well, I was not the decision maker. Really very hard to prove. non-biasness. So you try to avoid this kind of controversy. Of course, it's not mentioned in Toastmasters believe people are adult and they will know. You get someone who is non-biased, but husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or someone who have a breakup. Yeah, breakup. Make sure you fail. So if you know all this controversy and all, don't appoint them such. Yeah. So for husband and wife, I suppose the question is whether both of them, I don't see any issue, but it's better you get from across the board. Otherwise, you have the same kind of result.
Thank you very much, Meng Tze. There's a lot of questions coming in from the online audience. We will need to end here as we would like to stick to the agenda. We appreciate all the questions. If the speaker would be able to take questions later on Zoom, and you can respond on Zoom, that would be lovely. So a big round of applause to our speaker, distinguished Toastmaster. And we would like to
I wish everyone is smooth contest, and if any issue happen, to manage is all part of the learning process. But don't shy away from being a contest chair just because of so much things to do. Is also learning. I learned a lot from this process.
And we would like to extend the certificate of appreciation to the speaker, and for that I'd like to invite the District Director of District 102, Dr. Yvonne